Hey everybody, welcome to Frannie's Hair. Today we are going to talk gray colored wigs. I get so many questions about which grays are not rooted, which ones are rooted, which ones have some brunette in them. So today I'm going to show you all the grays I have in my closet. Now, obviously there are so many grays than the grays that I own, but hopefully by talking about these and talking about the color charts and how these grays look, you'll have a better idea of how all grays look when you're looking at them, and also how to figure out the information about each gray from each brand. I've split this into two parts. We have the non-rooted grays and then the rooted grays. In there may be some pseudo grays that, while they aren't considered a gray, I feel like they could look like a gray on some people, so I'll let you know which those are. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to kick this off with Ellen Villa Cookie, one of my favorite Ellen Villa styles and favorite grays, Smoke Frosted. This is in the non-rooted category. Ellen Villa will give you a color name. You can see here Smoke Frosted, and then the numbers of the industry standard colors that make up the mix. Ellen Villa is a little bit different because their colors by name are not consistent across styles. They apply color based on the style. If there's certain waves they want to highlight or something like that, it might have a little bit more of the lighter color there. So what I recommend doing is, when you are looking at the Ellen Villa colors, if you go to the product page for the wig and bring up the color that you want to look at, right underneath the picture you will see a description of that color. Also on the Ellen Villa color charts, there's a legend for the industry standard colors that they use. For example, when I'm talking about Smoke Frosted, if I bring up the product page for Cookie, in Smoke Frosted, you click on the color you want, it says Smoke Frosted 38, 36, 60. If you look at the legend for the Ellen Villa color chart, you'll see the grays go from 36 to 61. 61 being a pure white, 36 is going to be your darkest gray, your lower percentage of light gray, or your lowest percentage of light gray in that. So it goes from darkest all the way up to a pure white. Back to the product page, underneath the picture where we've clicked on the color Smoke Frosted, this is described as a light brown and medium brown with pearl white and gray blend with a soft matte finish. And that's what I love about this color Smoke Frosted. My natural color has brunette in it, and it has also dark gray in it. And so this is a great blend, and then it has a few light pieces, just like my hair, because I'm not totally white yet. So I have a lot of darkness to my hair, and this is a great match for me. And those are the things you want to consider. If you're looking for something with some brunette in it, then take a look at the descriptions, and usually you'll be able to tell if there is some brunette in your color or if it's strictly a dark gray and a light gray. All right, I'm going to take this color outside and show it to you so you can see it indoors and outdoors. Okay, here you go, Smoke Frosted outside. Hopefully you can see the colors in there. I'll take you around the head. And she is not rooted. I meant to say that. Pretty color. And we'll just go in through the house. I don't have the lights on in here, so let me turn the lights on. There you go. Hopefully that'll give you a better idea. Okay, so Cookie, by the way, was a heat-friendly wig, and the reason I'm bringing that up is this one is Romance Deluxe, and it is not heat-friendly. Now, regular synthetic wigs do tend to be shinier, especially when you're looking at light colors like blondes and light grays. If the shine bothers you, you can use a dry shampoo, and over time with wear and shampooing, the shine does diminish on its own. Now, Romance Deluxe here is in Snow Mix, definitely lighter than the Smoke Frosted I just showed you. And I feel like as my hair lightens, it's actually going to go in this direction. When I read you the description, you'll understand why. The description of Snow Mix is pearl white, lightest blonde, and black/dark brown with a gray blend. So you'd still get some brunette in there, but now it's really lightened up. And I like to show you how the color's applied all the way around, because it's done so nicely here. Also, this color is not rooted, as you can see. All right, let's go take a look at this color outside. Okay, here we are, Snow Mix outside. I'll try to turn and also get away from the house. I have to remember to do that because the house is so dark in color. And let me take you around. I just peeked in my husband's office. He said, "Oh, I like that color." I said, "Good, because I think this is how I'm going to gray." Of course, I won't have this much hair. I already don't have this much hair. Let me turn on the lights. There you go. I really like how they applied this color. Okay, next up is Iris in the color 44. She is not heat friendly. And you can see, again, there's a little bit more shine. With the darker colors, though, I don't think it's as shiny as you see in a platinum blonde or in a silver gray. She's described as a gray mixed with a dark brown. So hopefully you can see that in there. So far, all of these colors fall in my range, which is not surprising since they're in my closet. But I do think I have some in here that you will agree are not in my range. But I want to show you as many colors as I can. So, you know, if they don't look so hot on me, just remember, you have to take into account how they'll look on you. All right, so let's take Iris outside and look at color 44. Okay, color 44. I'm going to turn here so you get the sun in every direction. Hopefully you can see some of the dark brown in there as well as the gray. She definitely looks lighter outside than she did in the inside lighting. So hopefully you're getting a good look at her there. And she is not rooted also. Now a lot of these grays you will see graduate to darker at the bottom and near the nape, which is really how our hair grays. We gray up here first usually. Pretty color. Okay, next up we have Asha from Renee of Paris. And Asha is in their Orchid collection. And she is in the color Moonlit Silk. Now I also have this color in Sheena, which is a longer wig. I find Renee of Paris and all of their brands to be pretty consistent in how they use their colors. And as a matter of fact, I'll show you Sheena also so you can just see how they compare. Okay, so here's Sheena. So you can see her color. You can see it's pretty consistent, I would say. She has these lighter pieces up front here, and there are some lighter pieces up front on this, so she may appear a little bit lighter around the face. Okay, so let's read the description of Moonlit Silk. She's not heat friendly, if I didn't say that, and she is also not rooted. And I just recently did a review on her if you're interested in seeing the full review of this wig. Okay, Moonlit Silk, a stunning dark gray tone featuring a multitude of metallic shades running throughout, adding depth and texture. This exquisitely classy color presents a perfectly blended array of gray tones that creates a sublimely natural look. So you can see here you have the dark gray and the light gray. I don't see any brunette in this color. So this is more for you ladies who do not want brunette in your gray. All right, I'll take her outside.
Okay, so here's Moonlit Silk in daylight. Hopefully you can see the color. Here we are in the lighting in the kitchen.
And if you want to see the longer style on Sheena, just so you can see how it compares or how the gray looks in a longer style. Let me just throw this on quickly. It's a really pretty color. So there you go. And this did have the lighter tones up front as well. There just may be more of it in this long style. You really get that lit up look around the face. Okay, next up we have Make a Statement by Gabor in the color Silver. Now the description of the color for the Gabor wigs are actually on the color chart. So you can just go to the color chart section. Underneath the actual wig itself on the product page, it'll just tell you when you click on the color, the name of the color. So the name of this color is GF56-60 Silver. Here it is. And when I go to the color chart, it says it's a cool highlighted color. It's not rooted, you can see that there. And it's described as lightest gray with white highlights throughout. So you can see that there. This is a really light color for you ladies who want something not rooted and light. And this style, by the way, is heat friendly. So you can see it does have less shine than if it were a regular synthetic. All right, let's take this color outside.
Okay, here we go. Silver by Gabor. Let me just turn in the light here. Hopefully you can see that color.
Okay, I'm showing this solely for the color because the style I have completely changed, and I actually did a video on this, which I will link in the description below if you want to see how I changed this up. The style is selfie mode, which was much longer and just didn't work for me. And so I changed her up, I shortened her, I added some curl, and she looks nothing like she looked before. I'll put a stock photo up here now so you can see what selfie mode is supposed to look like. In any case, this is the color Smoke RL38. There are some other colors that have smoke in the name and they have different numbers, but this is RL38. And this color is described as a cool toned color. When I stand back, it definitely is cooler in tone. And it's a light brown with 50% gray. So that's the reason that I would choose a gray like this, because you do have the brunette in it as well. This is a heat friendly wig, so you can see what this color looks like in heat friendly. And she's also not rooted. All right, let's take her outside.
Okay, here we are, the color RL38 Smoke. Just going to turn. You can definitely see the brunette in this and the gray together. I actually like what I did with this style. And you guys know me in styling, so if I can do it, anyone can do it. Here we are. Kitchen lighting. Pretty color.
Okay, next up is Noriko Meadow in Silverstone. She is not a heat-friendly wig. And this one, you can see the color is applied. It transitions, it's darker in spots and lighter in others. It's described as a silver medium brown blend that transitions to more silver, then medium brown, and then to silver bangs. So you have the silver up front around your face. But as I go around, hopefully you can see the transition of colors there. And again, this has some brown in it. It's not as noticeable as some others, but I think you can see it there. And we will take her outside.
Okay, here you go, Silverstone. Let me turn first. Just catch the sun in different ways, and then I'll take you around the head so you can see the different transitions of color. Another pretty color.
Okay, next up, Flip Mono by Ellen Villa. Not a heat-friendly wig, and she is in the color Salt and Pepper Mix, 39, 51, 44. And this is described as darkest brown and black/dark brown with a gray blend. So hopefully you can see some of that brown in there. I will take her outside for you. So we'll look in different lighting. When I stand back, I see mostly dark gray and light gray, but it does say it has darkest brown in there, and I can see it in some spots. All right, let's take it outside.
Okay, Salt and Pepper Mix, Ellen Villa. Just turn here. Hopefully you can see some of the brown in there. I think I can see it. Okay, and going inside. I like to stand by the light here and see the different colors in it.
Okay, next up from John Renault, this is Demi, and she's a human hair heat-friendly synthetic wig blend. And if you notice, it's really hard to come by a gray human hair wig, so I imagine they had to blend the two to get this color gray. She's 45% human hair and 55% heat-friendly synthetic. So you can see she's lighter at the top, she's not rooted, and then around the nape there, it graduates to a little bit darker color. Really pretty. So if you're looking for human hair and you're looking for a gray, it's not easy to find. You may want to consider this. All right, let's take her outside.
Okay, John Renault Oyster. And this is a blend of heat-friendly, synthetic, and human hair. Let's take a look in the light here. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to take you around the back of the head here too.
Okay, next up is John Renault Celine, Adorable Style, and this is in the color Martini, another one of my favorite John Renault colors. Martini is 101F48T. Now, if you go to the color charts for John Renault, there's a legend that will also tell you what the letters mean. F means blended color with the darker color solid at the nape. So hopefully you can see that there, that it's darker and solid at the nape. I've had some people ask me about that. Some people like it darker back there. And then the T means tipped. So it's tipped in a lighter color. Now, Martini is described as a pearl white front. Hopefully you can see that there. Light natural gold brown with 75% gray with pearl white tips and a light gold brown nape. So it's interesting, even though it's a cooler tone, it does have some warmer tones in it. All right, let's take this color outside.
Okay, and here's Martini outside. I think you can see some of that golden brown. Let me take you to the nape so you can see it darker back there. Also not a rooted color, and I believe this one's heat friendly. There you are in the light. It's really such a beautiful color. So unique.
Okay, kicking off our rooted gray section, and I realize I do not have many. I think I have 4 total to show you in this section, and some may be pseudo gray. So we'll see. I'll have to get some more rooted grays. In any case, this is by Tressalure, and this is $1 Million Babe. Very glamorous look. In the color Smoky Toffee. And Smoky Toffee used to be called three-toned gray. It's a combination of 52, 38, and 49 with a rooting of 8. And 8 is a medium brown rooting. You can definitely see some browns and grays in here. Let's just pull it up and get the description of this color. Now this also comes in a lighted color, Smoky Toffee Lighted. And what that means is the front will have really light pieces. They call them money pieces around the face. But this is just your regular Smoky Toffee. And Smoky Toffee is described as light and dark blends of salt and pepper and brown with a root. So I really love this color for me. You can see it's lighter here and it gets darker down here. Let me just show you the back also. I just think this is a beautiful color. And sometimes when you have a gray that's rooted, I hear complaints that the root is black and you have the gray and it's just too dark. Well, in this case, it's a medium brown, so it's really nice and I think very subtle actually with the other colors of the wig. All right, let's take this color outside.
Okay, here we are outside. My husband just called me Farrah Fawcett. I'll take that as a compliment. But this definitely is a Farrah Fawcett style. Let me turn so you can see. You can definitely see the gray in here. And then, of course, the brunette. I'm so surprised that I have less rooted grays than non-rooted because I'm usually a rooted girl. I like rooted wigs. I just feel like it's so much easier to make the color match you when you have a rooting. But I love this one.
By the way, I forgot to mention that Tressalure $1 Million Babe is a heat-friendly wig. Okay, this is what I would call a pseudo gray. This is Henry Margue London in the color 60101 GR. And that's described as silver tones with light platinum highlights and brown roots. I don't know if you'd actually say that this is gray. It does have some silver tones in it. But I think it could definitely be worn as a gray for some people. I love this color. I love this wig. Oh, and she is heat friendly also. All right, I'm going to take her outside.
Okay, here we go, 60101 GR. Hopefully you can see the silver in there, the platinum, and the rooting. There you go. It's nice, subtle rooting. So pretty.
Okay, next up, another one of my favorite pixies from Ellen Villa. This is Elan in metallic blonde rooted. I have a few pieces of hair sticking up here, but this is about the color. We're not going to worry about the style right now. Metallic blonde rooted 101-60 51 is a pearl platinum, pearl white, and gray blend with shaded roots. So you can see the roots there. I love this style. I love this color. Let's take it outside.
Okay, here we go, metallic blonde rooted. You can see the different colors in here. Let me try to turn. I don't know, got a little bit of box hair there I'll have to take care of. Happens. Sometimes you store the wigs the best you can and you still get a little bit of box hair. Here's the color.
Okay, I am going to end on this, which is not actually classified as a gray, so I'm calling it a pseudo gray. This is Renee of Paris NYX, and I love her and wear her often, and she's not considered gray, but let me describe to you this color, Tray Chocolate Rooted, which is a 4/8 1001 rooted with an 8, which is a medium brown. Carefully placed white, medium and dark chocolate tones, completed with a dark brown root. This color is perfect for both blonde and brown enthusiasts. Now, for whatever reason, these little white pieces here make me feel like I'm a brunette who's going a little bit gray. You can let me know, maybe you don't see it, but when I put this on, I feel like I could be a brunette going gray. All right, let me take this color outside and show it to you.
Okay, here we are. Tray Chocolate Rooted outside. What do you think? It's a gorgeous color. And I'll take you around the head. And through the house. I guess it's those white chocolate pieces to me that could give just a hint of gray.
Okay, there you have it. Those are the grays from my closet. Let me know which are your favorite grays, and I should say grays / pseudo grays from my closet. And do you have any pseudo grays also? I'd love to hear your feedback about the grays in your closet and what grays maybe you're looking to try. All right, as always, thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Remember to make it your own, and I'll see you soon.